Hello and welcome to our KONNEKT presentation. My name is Sarah Noel and I work with communications and marketing here at glueckkanja, and I'm very happy to be here today.
And my name is Jan Geisbauer. I'm a cloud architect here at glueckkanja.
Before we start into our great benefits of KONNEKT, I just wanted to take a look at the audience. I see that we have a lot of people here today from all over Europe and even some people from the United States. We're very happy to have you guys here with us today. Now, again, before I start with the presentation, I also wanted to point out that we have this great chat function on this YouTube live video, and we really want to be able to utilize that during this. And what I'm going to be doing is I'll be asking just a few questions throughout this presentation, and if you could answer them, any feedback would just be great. And our first question is, do you use any type of virtual desktops, such as CITRIX or terminal servers? If you do use these, please write down specifically which one. So, if you use terminal servers, write down terminal servers. And if you don't use these, just type in no.
Okay, and while you are typing, I just want to give you a short overview of what you can expect from today's session. Well, in short, we will talk about the benefits of KONNEKT, of course. We will also show you how to install KONNEKT and how to utilize it. And you were already talking about the questions. So whenever you have a question for KONNEKT, you can always type these questions down in the chat window. We have a team in the background that is trying to answer your questions. And then at the end of the session, we will take those questions or a few of them and we'll discuss them here in the studio. Okay, I think now it's time to start to talk about the benefits of KONNEKT. But before we do so, I would like to talk about my role here at glueckkanja. As I already told you, I'm a cloud architect here at glueckkanja, and what we are doing is we are doing 100% cloud projects. What does it mean, 100% cloud projects? Well, we are trying to move all the stuff from customers' data centers up to the cloud. So we are starting with Exchange, for example, Exchange mailboxes, Exchange on-premise services. We are moving all those mailboxes to Exchange Online. We are also taking the files from the file servers, move them to OneDrive, move them to Teams, and make people use those new solutions in the cloud. And we are also moving applications, so other stuff, maybe non-Microsoft applications. We are taking those applications, checking if there is a SaaS service in the cloud that can be replaced or that can replace those services in the data centers. And we are also moving other servers to infrastructure services in Azure, for example. So at the end, we are trying to move all the applications up to the cloud.
So you're saying that mostly in all of these projects, you're trying to move all applications to the cloud.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is the vision. All is the vision. Yeah, it's not quite that easy to move all the applications up there, but at least we have to keep this in mind as a vision, so that we don't lose track. Yeah, but for those applications that we have to leave back in the basements of the companies, in the data centers of the companies, for those applications, terminal services comes into play.
And what do terminal servers have to do with a 100% cloud approach?
Well, terminal servers can help in two ways here. First of all, when you need a cheap environment, like a thin client environment, if you have people that do not have to travel, if you have people that only need certain applications, that do not need mobile laptops, for example, and that also do not have to take part in this modern collaboration scenarios. Terminal service can be a perfect solution for that. And on the other hand, if you have those computers that are also in the cloud, I said before, we are moving all the mailboxes to the cloud, we are moving the files to the cloud, and we are trying to move the applications to the cloud. What I didn't mention is we also move the clients to the cloud. The clients will be managed in the cloud in the future. They will be member of the Azure Active Directory. They will be managed by Intune. And they will literally live in the cloud. And for those clients, they sometimes also need to access the leftovers in your basement. So when we said we are trying to move all the data, all the applications up in the cloud, there will be some leftovers. And for those leftovers, the cloud clients somehow need to access them. And terminal servers can be a window into the old world in this scenario.
And this is exactly where Connect comes along. With Connect, your cloud store data will appear just like a familiar file explorer, no matter what desktop you're using, if you're using virtual desktops or just the normal one.
So this is really cool. I mean, in my experience, most people in our projects, they need to change their working style. They need to utilize all these new cool tools like Teams and so on and have to get more productive. But there are always people that do not have to change. They have only certain demands for collaboration. They only need some specific applications, as I already said. And those people sometimes do not even want to change their working style.
Yeah.
They don't want to change their working style. And this is where Connect can help.
And Connect isn't just an advantage for those who use terminal servers either, right?
Exactly. I mean, also for a traditional user with a normal laptop, Connect could be a very good solution because sometimes Teams is a too radical change for them, and then Connect could be a very good replacement, therefore.
You know, what I really like about Connect also is that no matter what platform you use, you don't need to download your cloud store data, and you don't need to synchronize them. And it just helps you so you don't use so much storage space on your computer.
Yeah, and also, I mean, if you do not sync, you do not get synchronization errors. I mean, this is a good message, isn't it? But anyway, you know, terminal services is a online technique anyway. So always when you are using terminal servers, no matter from a thin client or from a traditional computer, you are always online. And this is why terminal services and Connect is a perfect match. Yeah, in both cases, you are always working online. And with Connect is rocket fast, and you do not experience that those files are residing on a file server up in the cloud or on a SharePoint server up in the cloud. You do not recognize this. It just feels like you are using a locally stored file. And in addition, of course, with Connect, you do not have to dig deep into these SharePoint structures. You know, normally when you are searching for a file in SharePoint, you have to remember which site it is on, and then you have to go to the document library and to the folder and so on. With Connect, it's just there where it was before when you have been using a file server, for example.
Yeah, I even know when I go online to try to find those files, it just takes so long, and it's pretty frustrating on my part at least.
Yeah.
But another thing I really like about Connect is that it supports co-authoring. And I think that working in groups, co-authoring is just so nice to use to be able to work on live documents together.
Exactly. And again, it does not leave people behind. So people that do not take part in this new collaboration stuff with Teams and so on, people that just worked as they worked before with the file servers, can even take part in these new functionalities as co-authoring together with Connect. Okay, I think we already talked enough now for about the benefits of Connect. I think people are curious now in order to see how it looks like, how it feels like. But before we go into the demo, if the audience now, if the people now have the wish to test it, to evaluate it, is there a possibility, Sarah, that people can download an evaluation copy or something like that?
Oh, of course. So we do offer a 14-day free trial, and it's very easy to sign up for this. You just need to go to konnekt.io, fill out some information about who you are, and you'll be getting an email very shortly where you can download the application. And we'll be showing you exactly how this works with our demo any moment. But before we get into the demo, I just wanted to ask our audience one more question. Now, when has your company or you yourself decided to move all file servers to the cloud? If you can just write down the month and the year, that would just be great feedback for us. We hope you enjoy our demo.
Okay, with that, I would like to ask you to start it now.
Sure.
All right, so for this demo, I will actually be using a terminal server. But if you'd like to go online, just type in konnekt.io and you'll come to this nice page all about Connect. And up top, you'll see Home, Pricing, and a tab for Trial. If you press the trial, it's going to bring you up to this registration page. It's going to say download your trial version for a 14-day free trial. It's just going to ask you a few questions. If you'd like to just put down your company name, I'm just going to put down glueckkanja, Megan, and then an email address. Once you do that, you press download. It says thanks. You'll receive an email within the next couple minutes. So I'm going to go down and check my email address, Outlook. And then it's very quick. Right away, I got an email saying, "Hi, thanks for your interest in KONNEKT, the companion to OneDrive. In fact, KONNEKT will help to get a much better access to Office 365, and we're curious what you think about. Please download your 14-day free trial here." So it's going to give you a link. If you want to press that link, it's going to take you to this page here. It's going to offer you to either download it with 64-bit or 32. For my computer, I am going to press 64-bit. This is going to pop up for run, save, or cancel. I'm going to first save it, and then I'm going to run the setup. It's going to bring up KONNEKT Setup Wizard. You're going to press next. I'm going to accept the terms. Now, of course, you can read through all of this if you'd like. I already know what it says, so I'm going to press next. And then next again. And then finally install. I can accept this to make changes to my computer. Now, this doesn't take that long at all to install. See, it only took a few moments. It's very simple. I'm going to finish it, and then there it is. KONNEKT is installed. That's how easy it is. Now, how to use KONNEKT. So to find KONNEKT, you can either find it down here in the taskbar. It's going to be a white circle with 2 bolts. Now, it may be right here on your taskbar, or it could be in your hidden icons. So you can either click KONNEKT there, or another way to access KONNEKT is either by going to your File Explorer. It's going to be there automatically. Or if you really want to, you can search for KONNEKT, and there it is. Looks like that one's taking a little bit longer than the other one, so I'm just going to go back here and press KONNEKT. All right, so here is your file server, and there's KONNEKT. So KONNEKT looks just like an ordinary file drive that's on your file server, which is really great and easy to use. So when you go to KONNEKT, it's going to offer you to find files in your personal OneDrive or through SharePoint. Now, all these folders you can find online through Office 365 SharePoint, and you can also find them through Microsoft Teams if your company uses that application as well. Now, they're just a click away for you to access. So let's say I'm going to go to Finance and click that. All these files are online. No need to synchronize, it's just automatically there. And when you right-click a file, you do have different options. So you can either double-click a file and it will bring it up depending what type of file it is. If it's a Word file or PowerPoint file, if you double-click it, it's just going to use your desktop PowerPoint or Word. But if you right-click and go down to KONNEKT, you can also view it online. And you can edit online. And there's also an option to show past versions. So that's very helpful, and it's a quick way to get online if you need to. Another great thing you can do is if you just go to a folder and you right-click, you can press Pin to Quick Access, and that makes it even quicker to get to so that you have it right there, and it does go through KONNEKT as well. So the difference between using this KONNEKT mainly is the fact that it works with CITRIX and terminal servers, which is great. There's no difficulties with that. So you're able to synchronize, or you're able to put all of your files in one place on a familiar file server and be able to access them systematically. And KONNEKT also works with co-authoring so that other employees and other coworkers can also work on the same file together and make edits. Now, this is I believe, so much quicker than going online. Let's see. So going to Microsoft 365, www.office.com, and then finding SharePoint. Waiting for that to load. And then you can either search for the folder you're looking for, or maybe you might have it here. I don't really have it there, so I'm gonna search for finance, which is that folder I was looking at before. Finance. Okay, if I can spell. So there's finance. I'm gonna click it. It's going to bring me to that folder, but it's not really going to show me the documents yet. Of course, you can go down here if you'd like, but I guess the best way to see all the documents is to go down to Documents, and then you'll see them here. And there's a way that you can synchronize your files, but it does take a while. So that's the other option compared to KONNEKT, is instead of having KONNEKT where you can find your files on the familiar file server quickly, you'd have to go online to search for your files, and it will take longer. Another thing, like I was saying before, is that you can easily jump to online through KONNEKT as well by right-clicking, going to KONNEKT. If you go to View Online, it's just going to bring it up Microsoft 365, where you can easily access the other apps. That's also a great benefit as well. So yes, that is KONNEKT.
So thank you, Sarah. Was very interesting video. One question to that: when you were installing KONNEKT, did you really read the terms and conditions?
Good question. I did not during the video, no.
Just joking. Okay. So anyway, if you like this video and if you want to see it again, or if you want to see any other videos of KONNEKT, we have some more. And if you also want to see this webinar again, you can find it here in our YouTube channel. There are some more videos. Also, if you have additional questions, please go to konnekt.io. You will there will be a chance for you to ask some more questions by email or whatever. And you can also download, as we already mentioned, you can download the evaluation copy. Okay, so now let's see what other questions we already got from the chat window.
All right, it looks like we do have one question.
Okay.
It says, I often need to work with multiple tenants. Does KONNEKT support to map more than one tenant?
Okay, this is a very good question, especially for me as a consultant, because as a consultant, I'm working with different tenants, with all the customers, and this is a very good feature that KONNEKT supports. You can access multiple document libraries from multiple tenants with KONNEKT. That's really nice. So that's all. That was all.
Okay.
So I think we made a good job here
Yes.
in order to answer all the questions. If this is the only one.
Yes, and of course, if there's any other questions, you can still put them in the chat, or you can contact us through konnekt.io if you have any more.
Okay. So with that, I would say we close here. Thank you very much for your attention.
Yes.
Also have nice holidays.
Yes.
And again, if you need some answers to your questions, go to konnekt.io and we will try to answer them. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Bye.